Hey, what's up guys? This is Prapreet and today I'm going to go over how you can shoot wedding videos, especially talking about Punjabi wedding videos here. So they have a lot of functions, they have a lot of ceremonies, so just to make sure that you capture them all, it doesn't need to be only Punjabi weddings. It can also be Indian weddings, or it can also be any sort of weddings, but Punjabi for sure are going to have long events and different sort of events, so you want to make sure that you capture them out all. And I want to talk about a couple of things here and there, how you can shoot for weddings, full video, how you can shoot for the highlights, and just make sure that you have everything down. So there's going to be 4 to 5 videos on this topic, just talking about different things and different ways you can shoot these. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the pre-wedding functions. So if you're living anywhere in the Western world where Punjabi weddings include an engagement, it's like a party where the bride comes in, the groom's already there, and then they get together and they'll put on the ring. And once that is over, that's literally the event. And then there's some more dancing. There might be a first dance, and then some dancing, and that's it. Bhangra, that's it. Literally, that's all the party is. So to shoot this for full video, so there's, first of all, I want to talk about, there's 2 types of different videos the clients want. One is a highlight video, which you probably know is like a 5-minute video that everyone kind of expects you to make as a filmmaker, because those kind of go up. Another reason why you want to make a highlight video is so you can add it to your portfolio, you can show it to other people. This attracts more clients in the future as well. My topic being here, how you can shoot them. So first of all, we're talking about highlight videos. So highlight videos are usually dependent on how many people are actually working on the set with you. So if you have anywhere from 2 to 3 people shooting just for video, then you can usually have 2 people who shoot continuous video, making sure every moment is captured, and then you can have someone who is shooting the highlight video. So for example, in my team, I'll have 2 people who watch 2 tripod cameras, or 1 person watching the tripod camera, other one being on a monopod or a gimbal, and then me or someone else could be on some highlight video. So if you have 3 people shooting with you, that's like the best scenario ever, where you'll basically have enough sources, enough manpower to shoot a lot, and not miss any of the moments. You can also work on being artistic and making really cool and excellent cinematography for the couple. What you want to first do is make sure that you go half an hour to an hour earlier to the whole event, and make sure that you set up your lights, your tripods, your stand, your gimbal, everything is ready to go, and you can get some detail shots in this meantime as well. So once you have everything set up, you want to make sure that you get some detailed shots of the event. This usually works out really nice in the full video or in the highlights to set up the mood of, or explain what the location is, or what the set looks like. So it's a really cool way to interact to your users, to let them know that, hey, this is what's happening, and that's like, this is where all the event is going on. So it basically adds a really nice field of view to your whole story. So to create some story, you must have some sort of location guidance of where you are. So in the details, you might want to get some food shots as well, just to cover those things, so the families don't expect you to just be sitting and not doing anything while you're waiting on the groom side to come in and start the event. So after everything is set, you'll get some detail shots. You'll basically wait until the groom comes, and then the groom's family, it'll be like the whole groom's family, they kind of come together, where they'll be entering in, and you kind of just shoot them. You can use a gimbal, you can use a tripod, just make sure you get those events. If you have a highlight person with you, make sure you get some highlight shots with a gimbal or a monopod. Usually a gimbal is good for any kind of entrances, so you have a following shot with a wide lens, something like 20, 24, 14, 16, 18, whatever, and that kind of works out because you're following them in. It's nice, there's some motion in the whole shot, and it doesn't look basic at all just being on a tripod. While you can also have the person on the tripod still there shooting the whole event, everyone kind of meeting and greeting, and just add that into your full video. It adds emotions and it adds value to the client, because now those are their moments and you don't want to ever miss them. So in full video, those things do matter, but in the highlight video, you just want to have a clip of everyone coming in. That kind of just shows everything, because in 5-minute or 3-minute highlight video, you can't really show everything else. So moving on, the groom will be entered. He will be just chilling around, and this spot they'll probably go and get some food. So you want to get some shots of the groom getting food and stuff. This will probably just be in the full video these don't have to make the cut in the highlights video. And then, you know, the groom is eating, you basically take some shots, full video shots of just people sitting and, you know, just chatting and enjoying their time. And then once they're done eating, next thing will be they might ask you some portraits, because this is a good time for the groom's side to take some photos with the bride side, or, you know, anyone around basically. Next thing will be the entrance of the bride. So when the bride is coming in, she will basically be walked in with her brother, a family member, whatever it is. She'll basically come in and she'll go to the stage where the groom will be waiting for her. So as a cinematographer, what you should be doing is you should always have 1 or 2 people on a tripod shooting to make sure the continuous video is always there. When you're shooting as continuous, make sure that you're always shooting in, you know, f4, f5, or any aperture that's wide open, and it's not like, you know, zooming in too much, because in continuous video you want to make sure that everyone is in focus, and you basically want to chill out there and just record the whole moment instead of being, you know, too artistic and trying to achieve too much. So this is my first experience where I actually messed up on a whole video. So it's a bad experience, but this is something that you guys need to know so that you don't replicate these mistakes ever again. So my first engagement video that I shot, I actually messed up big time, and I did not have a backup camera as well. So what I was doing was I was trying to shoot at 1.8, and I actually shot in continuous focus. So what basically happened was every single time, or this was actually shot with my R2, so the focus wasn't all that great either. So what was happening was every 2 to 3 seconds, the camera would basically try to focus again on something new. So this basically created like an in and out kind of focus issue that was going on back and forth after like every 2 or 3 seconds. So in the whole video, I literally had, you know, it was recording continuous, but the focus was going in and out, messing up the whole thing, and it just wasn't looking good enough. So basically in the edit, all I had to do was actually take like 3 seconds, slow that down into like 24 seconds from 120, and I also shot it at 120, which was really dumb of me because now the whole video was almost being slow mode, and actually worked out because I needed that slow motion to, you know, just compile that video into like a 1-hour video and just export it. I learned big time from that mistake is that you always want to shoot at f4 plus. So most cinematographers who do shoot full wedding videos or any kind of Punjabi wedding videos, they basically shoot after f5, so everyone is kind of in focus. And this is another, you know, mistake that a lot of filmmakers will make, is they'll shoot at like 1.8 even though their focus is great and all. Family members might come up and be like, hey, you know, our family members aren't in focus. And that's another thing that you need to focus on is, pun intended, that, you know, sometimes you're taking group shots and all. So at this time, you know, the people behind the couple or people to the side of the couple, they all need to be in focus. But if you're shooting at 1.8, they won't be in focus. Only the couple can be in focus. And sometimes if the couple is not evenly like standing at the same level, or they're standing like someone is like slightly 2 feet behind, or not 2 feet, but like, you know, a foot or 6 inches or something behind the other person, they'll be out of focus as well. So shooting at f4, 5, 6 will actually just make sure that everyone is in focus, and on top of that, it'll actually, you know, just have everything good to go. And in editing process, you don't have to worry about anything because everything will automatically just look great. Using a camera like A7 Mark III is really nice because it has some good focus. So whenever you're shooting, it really helps out your editing process later on. So up next, the bride will come, and then obviously the guy will probably give some sort of flowers or something to the girl, and then they will basically sit down and they'll have a seat, and then while the rings come, and then there will be a ring exchanging ceremony thing. This is like an important part. You want a prime close-up of the rings while being exchanged, and you also want a wide shot at 4 or 5, as I said, continuous video of the whole thing going on. And then one person, if you have them, you know, can take some gimbal shots or take some other creative shots. This basically will be, you know, different things you can use out of, you know, these continuous video moments that you can take and build up your highlights as well. So at this time, both of these things work, and you'll have like a good highlight and a full video. So once that's done, they're probably going to be seated. There's going to be more ceremonies going on. There might just be, you know, some other, like, you know, ceremonies that they do, Punjabi people do. So that will go on, and you'll basically take a wide and a close-up shot of, you know, whatever is happening. So those two ways you can have some continuous video. If they're close family doing some rituals or ceremonies, that then you want to get some, you know, highlight shots as well. But usually those full video things from the tripod or a monopod will usually come in and help you with the highlights there as well. So and then after that is just dancing. So there might be some first dance. For first dance, you want to get some shots with the gimbal, and that's literally all. You might want to get some, you know, low aperture shots with, you know, 1.8 or 1.4 lens. You might just want to take some close-up shots of the groom or the bride smiling at each other, looking at each other, or if they're, you know, holding each other, the hand behind her back or stuff like that. You just want to capture those so that, you know, you have some emotions that are like not so far away. You know, you want to get inside to the couple's head, their faces. Your composition should have their faces, so that just, you know, you can have some sort of, you know, deep emotion into the video. So once that's done, you'll basically go into, you know, Bhangra. Literally every single Punjabi party will have Bhangra, right? Unless they're like super, you know, modern or religious, they might not, but most likely they're going to have some sort of Bhangra going on. So everyone's going to start in and they're going to start dancing, and, you know, there might be a toli or something. So you might want to get those details as well of the person playing the tol and stuff like that. And you might have some close family who are, you know, dancing and stuff. So get those shots, those will make the highlights, and everything else basically runs on the cameras. So to record any sort of Bhangra while everyone's like, you know, raising their hands and doing all these things. So you want a tripod that basically takes your camera to a higher level where you can see the whole crowd. Some of the things that some cinematographers do is they'll get on the stage and they'll try to record from there, but a lot of the times what happens is DJ's bass is so loud and so, you know, shaky that the whole tripod will actually start moving. So what happens is you won't actually notice the difference or the shakes inside of the viewfinder in the camera, but once you take it out into a monitor or something, you'll actually see the screen shaking every single time the, you know, the bass drops or there's bass going on. So just to avoid that, stay on the floor, stay on something, even not even the dance floor, because dance floors also are probably made out of like wooden tiles or something, and they are probably shaking as well. So you just want to make sure that, you know, your tripod is sturdy and make sure that nothing is shaking, or you can get like an external monitor so it shows you that there is no shake and your video is coming out as you expected it to be. So usually that's about it for highlights. Sometimes a photographer will take the couple out for some photos, couple photos and stuff, so you can take them out and you can take some, you know, detailed shots of their dresses or them doing things like walking, etc. These shots will come in really handy. Finish off your highlights in your full video, that, you know, you have some different creative shots. It's not just a simple fade out where, you know, the screen goes to black and that's it. So with that being said, that's almost all the engagement parties that happen inside of a Punjabi family. So this was it for today's video. Next video will be on the pre-wedding ceremonies, actual pre-wedding videos, because this is just like an engagement video, but next ones will be more like pre-wedding videos like Manya, Jago, etc. So make sure that you stay tuned, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and yeah, so in the next video we're going to be talking about pre-wedding videos. If you like this video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.